think about like the return investment that this country has received because people like me got a public school education, did something pretty okay with themselves. And now, and the country itself benefits from that. And so I don't know why we don't do everything we can to uplift people, because it is just like this, like it is just it's an investment. It is an investment. Interesting.
Yeah, I went to public school. I can't say what I learned there applies to my life right now.
Well, I think I do think that like your public school is just meant to introduce you to many different things. Do I use algebra? No. but I was introduced to drama and singing, and there's many friends I met. And so it's just like, it gives you a taste of like what your future could look like. And It gives you a better sense of where you might want to go. And so you might not think you've benefited from it, but I am sure that there are things that you experienced from school and learned you still use today.
Probably. Yeah. I took a lot of electives and there was a media class. So maybe I learned some stuff there.
Yeah. Also, you're writing right now. Like, did you learn to write from your parents?
You got me on that one. But I'll say this, because there's a growing trend towards homeschooling, especially on the right. Mm-hmm. They want the Department of Education removed. If I have kids right now, I probably would not send them to public school.
Well, see, that's how this works. They stop investing in it. It gets worse. They say that this is awful. You have to get rid of it. And then you're saying, well, I actually think if I had kids, I would homeschool them. I think what we should do is why can't our North Star be, I want public education to be the best education anyone in the world can get here in America? Why can't that be the North Star rather than we have to get rid of it, it's terrible? Why can't we create something that we think lives up to the ideals of what America should be? And I agree. I think public school isn't great right now, but I think that's by design because anything that uplifts working class folks and makes people more aware of their world is bad for conservatism, So I do think that it is in their best interest, conservatives, to defund public school. And they've been pretty successful at that. But I think, again, one of the best investments we could make is by creating a place of opportunity for children who might not get it anywhere else. Would Steve Jobs exist? Would he have existed if he were in, Cambodia? If he was born in Cambodia? No, probably not. Mm-hmm. So being born here, we're very lucky. But I think part of that luck is that we had people who came before us who wanted to make investments that would make it so that the next Steve Jobs would be possible.
I could see that. Yeah, I'm grateful for that. I didn't know better at the time. There was no other options. I think homeschooling was just starting. But yeah, I went to Rutgers, lasted a year, didn't make it the whole way. But.
Yeah, I went to community school for like 6 months and I never got a college degree. I do think college is totally different. I think college is great for some people in some professions. I do think that what we have right now can be scamish. It feels like, they're more interested in getting money than they are in educating people. And we have this really awful system where school costs a lot, but in order to supposedly have a career, you've got to invest in yourself. But then we have these kids who then come out of college with like hundreds of thousands of debt. That's no way to create a society, next generation workers or so yeah, I do think that college is totally different. But,
wow.
Yeah.
So you agree with Charlie Kirk on something?
Does he think that too?
He believes college is a scam.
Okay. Well, yeah, we agree on that because I don't know if I would say college writ large is a scam. I think there's a lot of scamming happening associated with college.
Right. Especially like $50K a year tuitions.
Yeah. 50K tuitions is insane and not necessary. But But the government has kind of allowed it to happen in a way because I believe we back a lot of these student loans. Mm-hmm. So colleges are just basically like, oh, daddy has always got the money. So why don't we raise the prices? So I think there is a bit of like a self-fulfilling prophecy with that. But I do think that a lot of colleges aren't really interested in giving students a good education. They're just interested in getting a good amount of their money.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out because Trump's cutting, I think, I saw Harvard, he was cutting their, I don't know how much
their endowment.
Yeah, something like that.
Or whatever it is. Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's also highly illegal. He shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Oh, you don't think he should do that?
No. No, do you think the president should be able to decide what colleges teach?
What they teach?
Yeah, that's what this is about.
That's what it's about, the endowment?
Yeah, what Trump is doing is really about saying you have to act and teach the exact way I want, and if you don't, we're taking away your funding.
Really?
Do you think the president should have that power?
No, when you put it like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the true meaning of cutting that. But
yes.
Okay.
It's not for any other reason than they are doing things that Trump doesn't agree with.
Interesting. Yeah, no, he shouldn't have power over what universities teach.
No president should.
Yeah, that's pretty
Imagine
insane.
if Biden did that.
Yeah. How do you think Biden did in his term overall?
Overall, I think he passed a lot of great legislation. I think he communicated terribly about it. I think if Donald Trump actually had the legislative agenda Biden did, we would not have heard the end of it because Donald Trump has done nothing and it seems like he's done so much. Whereas Biden did a lot, and I feel like people don't understand exactly what he did. And also like just the way that they passed some of these bills, like it's going to be 10 years for some of this stuff to happen. Like I think there is like a billions and billions and billions of dollars in creating the next generation of charging networks in this country for cars, which is great. You know, I do think we have to eventually get off fossil fuels. We have to. And that is going to be, it's like a 10-year process. Why couldn't they have made that a 3-year process? You know, where is the like, I feel like, why don't we have enough people who are like, we need this now? And I think that's one of the failures of the Biden administration is that they were governing as if it were the 90s. And we have to make things fast. And we also have to let people know the good work we're doing. And ideally, the stuff you pass today is affecting people within a year, you know, because one, it's better. You want people to feel the impacts of the good legislation you pass, but two, also it's politically good.
Right. I agree with that. I think the government, not even just Biden, they always take their time, you know?
It's too slow. It's too slow. And
I wonder what ways can, like Doge tried to quicken things, I guess, but I don't know.
I mean, it's so much easier to destroy a building than it is to make one. So Doge is, I guess, masterful in destroying buildings, but they did it without any intention or thought. And I certainly know people who have been impacted by the Doge cuts, and it was done without any intention. And I think we are all actually less safe because of it.
I met one yesterday, my Uber driver.
Oh, yeah?
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see these numbers online, you don't put faces to them. And then you just start meeting people that have been dosed, and it's like, damn, that guy's life just got
And
rocked.
For why? You know, I think, and it's one of those things like government in some ways should be invisible. Government, because you never think to yourself, like it's never a story like, wow, every plane landed on time and without exploding today. But that's not because of anyone else but the government. Because the government, the FAA has regulations that ensures that planes are safe to fly. They impact air traffic control. So, and that's just one thing. The government does so much to make sure that we are as safe as possible in this country. And I think that's one of the things that Elon accidentally exposed is that the government can actually be good though.
Yeah.
You know? So I think these cuts have been detrimental, but my hope is that it also gets an opportunity for us to say, yeah, the government is invisible, but that's by design. Because we don't want to be thinking about how maybe that flood that happened in Texas, like what if they were fully funded? Like would all those kids have died? I don't know, but I think like we should not have to ask those questions. Like we are the wealthiest nation in the country. There's no reason why we can't put pennies of a fraction of our budget into ensuring that all these different areas of our government are fully funded. Because everything that Doge did was superficial. It didn't actually move the needle on the debt, which, by the way, is a problem. The debt is a huge problem.
Big problem.
It's a big problem. But what Doge did was not going to impact that, and actually has probably made it so that we are paying in other ways.
That's scary. Yeah, because a lot of people were really excited that we would be able to get the debt down from Doge, but we'll see how it plays out.
I mean, we're not. I think they cut $200 billion, maybe. It was supposed to be $2 trillion.
Is that a year? Or
billion. No, I think that's in total.
Oh, total.
And they just raised the debt by $3 trillion, $5 trillion with this latest bill. Jeez. So I'm not really good at math, but that doesn't seem like a net gain.
The big beautiful bill.
That
That one just passed, right?
It did just pass. Yes.
So when does that take effect?
We'll see. Smartly, they are the worst parts of the bill don't happen until I think 26, 27. So after the midterms, and that's when a lot of the Medicaid cuts are going to happen. But the tax stuff will happen sooner, and so like up until $25,000, I believe, folks who make money from tips can deduct that, but that's temporary. It's not forever.
Which is good for Vegas, by the way.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's whatever. But also healthcare, if you get your money from the exchanges, is going to be going up next year.
What? So I already pay so much for healthcare, health insurance.
Most people do. I don't think anyone's happy with their healthcare. No, no one. It's one of the biggest expenses, and I mean, I pay for healthcare. I've never used it. I've used it
once for like an X-ray.
Yeah, I don't use it.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.